Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors winning their last game against the Sacramento Kings.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. I mean, they just completely dominated the glass.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Tyreke Evans out there with Favors. Then there's Parker. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Holiday in at the 2. Parker kicks to Lopez. And stolen by Jang. The drive by Allen. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Raptors on defense.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league. Had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Clock at 2. And it's Evans missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
A shot by Lawson, wide open. No good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors.
And Davis can't get it to go.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
To the right side. Parker passes to Lopez. Out to Parker. They get the rebound. Favors with the screen. Nobody near Parker. And it falls over the rim and in.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set. They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Parker fires. Again, Oklahoma City.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Here's Parker. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Lopez sets a screen for Favors. Here's Holiday. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Davis dishes to Lawson. And Derek Favors pulls it down.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet. in the quarter.
And the dunk by Lopez.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgui Dieng. Hill comes in for Pierce. Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Allen. And it's Moutier in for Ty Lawson. Pass to Pekovic. Plumlee with the steal.
That steal was the product of active hands and outstanding defensive awareness there.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
The feed to Hill. It's stolen by Allen. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Raptors trailed by 8. Moutier with the ball. Kicks it to Davis. There's the bucket. Good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Moutier. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
Here's Plumlee. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Moutier, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Here's Evans, following the basket by Anthony Davis. It's tipped. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Vujacic. Outside for Davis. Wide open. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And how about Moutier, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
And the Raptors with some changes. Capella's checked in. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Sasha Vujacic. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Johnson's checked in. Now here's Johnson. Beverly wide open. And he gets it to go from the corner. Beverly's got his first bucket in this one.
And, you know, with Moutier, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And Beverly kicks to Johnson. Releases from 15. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Now here's Moutier, defended by Beverly. Moutier with the basket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
It's blocked. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Oklahoma City has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. 5 on the clock. Beverly. Wide open. Rebound by the Raptors.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And he can't hit the second. Cuts off the pass. And that does it for the first quarter. The Raptors out in front as they wrap up the first quarter with a massive 16-4 run. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Toronto.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
Tossing out there with Tony Allen. And it's Pierce. Then it's Gorgie Dan. And it's Pekovic in the 5 spot. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Pekovic has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Raptors. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for Toronto. Pierce against Evans. Pierce, the pass to Davis. Good. And it's an 8-point Raptor lead.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Pierce with a wide open look. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
You know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had one road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
And Toronto making a change here. Vujacic is checked in. Evans dishes to Lopez. Deflects the pass. Shoots it up. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Davis kicks to Vujacic. Pierce against Holiday. From the left block. The shot by Pierce will not go. Thunder trailing by 10. There's the pick. And the wide open shot from Evans. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Boy, nice to see Parker setting a solid screen there.
Lawson kicks to Pierce. Passes to Vujacic. Raptors get it back. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. The Thunder have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Parker drives in. Tries from 16. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now, here is Lawson. Here's Pierce. Again, Pierce missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch players ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
Here's Lopez. Vujacic grabs the miss.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Davis with a Green on Parker. Inside. His first shot coming late. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners. None more impressive than his jump over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for a good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
Moutier, he's checked in for Ty Lawson. The Thunder also changing it up. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Lopez. LaVoy Allen comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Justin Holiday.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Capella's checked in, and it's Hill in for Paul Pierce. Now here's Moutier. 5 points in the game. Tipped away. Stolen by Allen. Johnson, a wide open look. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Moutier kicks to Waiters. Moutier passes to Davis. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Parker's shot is off.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Thunder trailing by 6. He dishes it to Plumlee. Evans kicks to Allen. Fires the 3. And Evans the basket on the assist by Allen. Evans has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Toronto calls timeout. And the Raptors with some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Capella. Allen comes in for Solomon Hill. And it's Vujacic in for Waiters. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And, Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
2 shots.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Plumlee. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Toronto leading by 4. And 1:01 left here in the second. Vujacic's shot is off.
And the Raptor franchise record for home wins is 30, set back in 07. You get the feeling with the way the crowd gets into it, that record won't stand much longer.
Back to Beverly. Shot clock at 5. Johnson dishes to Plumlee. From about 19 feet. With 1 on the clock. Oklahoma City moving it around. The rebound by Pekovic.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And that one's good by Davis.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Allen, right side. Goes up on the wing. And so that's the end of the first half. Toronto ahead. They lead by 6. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, front him, double him, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Well, how about Anthony Davis in this one? He has 12 points, and he's picked up 1 dime.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Thunder. Favors is out there with Tyreek Evans. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Parker. And it's Holiday in the 2 guard.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Watson outside. He feeds it to Davis. Chang with a screen on Holiday. Davis sets a screen. And it's sent back by Lopez. Allen against Parker. Back to Favors. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Lawson, and the shot falls short this time.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Double team on Parker, and Favors has it in the corner, and stolen by Lawson. Drops in the breakaway layup. And the Raptors lead by 3.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assists and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
The Raptors making a switch here. Waiters is checked in. Evans. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on an age. Clark, we've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
Some changes for Toronto. Capella's checked in, and it's Solomon Hill in for Paul Pierce. And Lawson with the drive. Lopez with the block. Evans against Hill. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And Holiday kicks to Lopez. 6 to shoot. From 12 feet out. And too long on the shot.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
The shot's good from Lawson. Lawson's got it all tied up now for the Raptors. Parker kicks to Evans. They set the pick. Back to Parker. Outside Holiday. Shoots from the right block. Here's Lopez. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgui Dieng. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Moutier, he's checked in for Toronto. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Miles Plumlee comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Tony Parker. Outside Holiday. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
Here's Pekovic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter.
And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
And the basket by Hill. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's Beverley after Toronto at the three-point. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Anthony Davis is checked in for Capella. Allen comes in for Solomon Hill. And it's Vujacic in for Waiters. There's the steal. Back to Johnson. Pass to Plumlee. It's stolen by Davis. From past the arc. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Here's Moutier. 5 points in the game. Makes it off the glass. Moutier's got 7 points in the game.
And guys, I, for one, can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injuries.
Now, here's Moutier. 7 points in the game. This is to Allen. All alone. No luck. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Down low. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Pekovic throws it down.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Nobody near Allen. Here's Beverly. And that's not going to go. And we've reached the end of the third. Raptors lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Allen is out there with Lawson. Then there's Davis. And it's Pierce. And it's Jang in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now here is Holiday. 5 to shoot. Here's Parker. And nothing but hair on that one. Lawson's against Holiday. Puts up a 3. Here's Dang. Kicks it out to Allen. Lawson outside. Second shot opportunity. Here's Favors. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Parker kicks to Holiday. Got that one up quick. And the Raptors call time here.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Here's Evans, and it's Toronto. With the rebound. Pekovic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
There's the dish to Holiday. Lopez inside, covered by Pekovic, and he gets it to go. And it's 7 points for Brook Lopez.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
Stolen by Holiday. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
To the inside. Outside for Lawson. Pierce for three. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside, and now they've really got it going.
Allen passes to Davis. Pierce inside the three-point line. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Here's Evans. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. The Raptors making a switch here. Moutier's checked in. Here's Holiday. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
On defense, Toronto. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Favors. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Evans from the arc. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Now here's Moutier. Now here's Pekovic. Good. Pekovic has got 9 points here in the second half.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
It's Parker outside, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Pekovic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Moutier with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Pierce for 3. Rebound by Tony Parker.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
That free throw good from Holiday.
Just an amazing game for Holiday. He has 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Well, the Thunder making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. Evans against Pierce. And there's Pekovic. That one's good on the assist by Pierce. Pierce has got 5 assists in the game.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Thunder trailing by 10. Evans kicks to Lopez. Favors inside. Davis is on it. Evans attacking. Back to Favors. Shot is off. Great D that time from Pekovic. Raptors leading by 10. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his third foul of the game. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Moutier.
Ty Lawson.
Now off the inbound. And that one hits back iron.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Beverley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Raptors have got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Allen dishes to Davis. That is good.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Now here's Evans. Back to Lopez. To the right side. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Beverley. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Lawson. Here's Pierce. Evans with some nice D.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it. He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down. Well, Evans has been great. He's got 16 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Hey, Park, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
And the Raptors call time here. They lead by 5. 44 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Some changes for Toronto. Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Allen. And it's Moutier in for Ty Lawson. Here's Vujacic. Feeds it to Moutier. And he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Beverley kicks to Lopez. The inside shot. No good. Great D that time from Pekovic. Outside Pierce. And so it's Toronto winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.